Hello, friends and fans. Welcome to Practice Matters Daily. Uh, Please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel and hit the notification bell so that every time I post a video, you will be notified, you know, right away. Uh, one thing about music is that every musician should have a bag of tricks, and then every now and then, when you develop a trick, you just put it in the bag, and then in the long run, you might come across a situation that you need something, and then all you need to do go to your bag of tricks, and then maybe you might find it. So uh, when we practice chords on the keyboard, there are tricks. There are tricks, a lot of tricks that we can use in order to become more efficient in our playing. For example, you can buy books, chord books, and so on, stuff like that, in order to learn how to play chords on the keyboard. That okay, that's fine. Especially for the beginners. But when you become, somewhat advanced in music, then you need to experiment and then try to discover stuff that on your own. Just play with the instrument, whatever instrument that you choose to play. So when it comes to practicing chords on the keyboard, one trick that I discover is that you can come on the keyboard, and then okay, you need to be thinking about harmonization or reharmonization. That means, then, okay, what are you going to what are you going to use in order for you to harmonize or reharmonize? On what you going to harmonize or reharmonize? Well, this is where you need to think about, okay, if I'm going to make chords, if I'm going to build chords on the keyboard, so what I'm going to what I'm going to base those chords on. Well, I'm telling you that if you're going to play chord, if you're going to practice chord, and then you need to be thinking about harmonization or reharmonization. On what? Well, you can harmonize or reharmonize on the melody you have in front of you, or you can harmonize or reharmonize on the bass notes or on the bass line. Okay, so, and you don't really need to, you don't really need a book to follow in order for you to do that. You know, you can come on the keyboard and experiment. Okay, so there are a few things if you there are a few things you need to understand though. Okay, if you decide to harmonize on the melody notes, what that means, you're going to play chord under your melody note. Okay, you're going to play your melody note. Let's say C, for example, and then you need to build chords be under the melody note. Okay, to harmonize on on the melody note. Okay, so if you play C, for example, that's your melody note. Okay, how you gonna how okay, first of all, your melody note, when you harmonize or reharmonize on the melody note is the leading voice in your arrangement. I mean, it is the melody note is the top note on the staff. Okay, so C, if I'm going to harmonize on the note C, C is on the is the top note on the staff. So I got to play chord. I got to build a chord underneath it. So now there are a lot of chords you can play over. You can play under the note C. So what you need to do is practice. Is make just make up chords. Come up with any chords you're thinking of, and then try it to see if it sounds good. If it sounds good, then you can use it. Okay, so that's when you harmonize on the melody note. See, for example, if I can give you an example. I mean, let's see. You know, um, you of course you're going to make mistakes because it's about trial and error, because you don't know what chords you're going to experiment with different chords underneath the melody note. So C, for example, I don't know what let me try. The only thing I know, C is the top note. I'm not going to play any note above it because I'm harmonizing on C. So C. Alright, so what I'm going to do, okay, let's say if I play D here, then I can play F down here. Then let's say I play let's say I play A. Okay, so I play F A D, F A D, F A D. So I got, you see, I just harmonized on the melody note C. Okay, so that's, you need to experiment. Maybe I can try to play another chord. C. Okay, What if I play G? What if I play, let's see, B flat? What if I play D flat? I'm just trying. I don't know. And what if I play E? No, you just have to create, try to build some chords under your melody note. This is when this is when you are harmonizing on the melody note, on the melody. Now, if you're going to harmonize on the bass note, you can also build chords by harmonizing or reharmonizing over over the bass notes or a bass line. But when you do so, you're going to find out it is somewhat different from what you have done harmonizing over a melody, because in this case you're going to be thinking in term of functions, in terms of the functional roles of the notes in the bass line. You can, in the bass line, you can have every note in the bass line as a function, whether it is a root or subdominant or dominant. Those are functions that the notes play in the diatonic system. So when you build the chords over the notes, the bass notes, those chords will also have functions as root, subdominant, or dominant. So when you harmonize on the bass notes, so you are thinking now in terms of Roman numerals, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so you can harmonize on the 1, you can harmonize on the 2, you can harmonize on the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, because those all the notes played by the bass, they have functions. Okay, either dominant, subdominant, and root. So now when we are going to practice a chord on the 1. Okay, that means the root, not dominant, not subdominant. We're going to practice a chord on the 1. What that means, every time you see a 1 chord, you will be able to play that chord. Of course, there are a lot of chords you can choose from, you can build, okay, on the same note, but the one that we're going to practice is one of them. If one is one of them. So every time you see a 1 chord, this chord is available for you to play, depending on the context of the music you're playing. And the chord we're going to practice it is D flat, flat 9, sharp 9, and flat 5. D flat, sharp 9, flat 9, and flat 5. But when you practice over, when you harmonize or reharmonize on the bass note, you need to play the bass in the lower section of the keyboard. D flat, right here. Okay, that's the note, that's the bass note you're going to harmonize on. That means you need to play it. Okay, you need to play it in the bass because it is the bass note. That's your reference. That's your harmonic reference. Okay, so that's it. Now you're going to use, notes, other notes with your right hand to harmonize or reharmonize over D flat. And there's there's a lot of chords you can build over that bass note, which is the 1. We are harmonizing on the 1. All right, let's try. D flat in the bass. So we want to play D flat, flat 9. Okay, where is flat 9? This is D flat here. This is D flat, and then this is 9, which is E flat. So flat 9 is D because you lower E flat half step. Okay, now this is all right. So okay, no. Let's do it another way. Because let's go note by note. Okay, first we're gonna play the third of D flat. Okay, this is the root. Let's play the third. The third is F. Okay, that's the third of D flat, right? Now we're gonna let's play the flat 7. Okay, all right. So where is D flat? This is D flat, and the flat 7 in D flat is B. Okay, so now I got the root, I got the third, and I got the flat 7. So that's a dominant 7th chord, or a dominant chord we're gonna play. Okay, now I need flat 9. Flat 9, so where's 9? 9 is E flat. So flat 9 is half step below E flat, which is D. Okay, now I have F, which is the third. I got B, which is the flat 7. Then I got D, which is the flat 9. Okay, now I need sharp 9. Okay, 9 is E flat. Half step above that is E. So okay, so now I have the root, D flat, the third, F, the flat 7, B, the flat 9 D and the sharp 9 E. Okay, so there you go. Let me see. So this is how you harmonize over the bass note, over the bass line. I just harmonize over, or I just harmonize on the 1, not on the 2, not on the 3, not on the 4. I harmonize on the 1. So every time I see D flat in the bass, I can play that chord. We just played. Okay, there are many others you can play, but you can play that one if it fits, in the context of the music you playing. Okay, so remember, write. You can write it down. What I suggest what I can suggest to you is to have a log, a practice log that you can write down. If you are interested, you can write down the chord, any chord that we practice, and in the context in which we practice it, such as on the 1, on the 2, on the 3, and you also write down some notes, and then one day, if you need to go back and if you want if you have a chord that you want to play, and then of course you're not going to remember all the chords you learn, okay, all the chords that you have learned, but you can go to your log and see. You can go to your practice log, and maybe you can find one chord that you have practiced, okay, and then you can use it. Once again, this chord is, we just played. We learned that chord by harmonizing over the bass note D flat, and the chord is D flat. Okay, I would say D flat dominant 7 sharp. Okay, let me repeat. Not repeat. Let me say it again. Wait, is there something? Okay. The chord that we just practiced, we just on the bass line, on the bass note D flat on the 1 is D flat dominant 7 sharp 9 flat 9. Oh, actually we missed something. Actually we missed a note. We didn't use flat 5. Okay, let's see. Alright, flat 5 then would be, okay, so D flat, D flat. Flat 5 would be, well, 5 is G sharp or A flat. Okay, so that in this case, flat 5 is going to be G. Okay, this is why we practice. I forgot that we were supposed to play flat 5 as well. Now remember, so we go back and do it. We go back and do it again. So it's gonna be D flat, and it's gonna be the third, and it's gonna be the flat 7 B, and it's gonna be the flat 9 D, and it's gonna be the sharp 9 E. So in this case, the flat 5, I can play it. Let's see. This is G right here. So I just play F. So F, that's the third. Alright, okay, so I'm gonna try to make it easy on me. I'm gonna play the flat 5 right here, since I'm playing F here. Since I'm playing F right here. So G is right here. So I'm playing flat 5 right here. Okay? Then to make it easier for me, I'm gonna play just one D flat. I'm not going to double it up. So I'll come here, D flat, with my left hand. Then I play the F, the third. Then I play the flat 5, G. Now with my right hand, I can go ahead and play the flat 9, the sharp 9. I can even double up the flat 5 right now. Okay. Okay. So you got it. You got it. You know, but you must play the bass, which is D flat in this case. Okay, that's it. So until next time, keep on playing.